Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Fit Chicks Unfiltered. I'm Ashley,
And I'm Callie.
and we're here with another episode. I hope you all are doing absolutely amazing. How have you been?
I've been good. I've been feeling good. I'm ready for this baby to come. I'm getting used to the ailments that come with pregnancy, and I don't know. I just feel like I'm
Well,
hitting a glowy phase of it, and I'm in the
I was
third
just gonna
trimester.
say, your hair looks amazing. She's giving
Thanks.
beauty from Beauty and the Beast. If you guys are watching on YouTube, oh my God.
Thank you.
I always hear that about pregnant ladies. Like your hair glows up. I can see it. Love it.
Thank you. Yeah, which I thought I would feel more of it in the second trimester, but I'm feeling it right now still. So I'm just whatever. I'm not going by textbook. It is how I feel.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, your baby shower too was this weekend. How was it?
No, the 4th of
Oh, it's
October.
next weekend. It's
hmm
next weekend. Okay, I have to find out how it is on Monday. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, so guys, we're gonna get right into the episode because we have a lot to discuss. So we put a poll up on our IG. If you're not following us, make sure you follow us at Fit Chicks Unfiltered. And we asked you guys to ask us questions, things that you want to know, pick our brains on, all that good stuff. And so Callie put together a list of the most popular questions that we are going to go over today.
Yes. Okay, so basically I'm just gonna read them and then you can say your opinion for you, how it affects you and how it affects me. And this is kind of like a get to know us episode too with these questions. So we'll just roll with it.
Let's roll with it.
Okay, so the first one, what's the hardest part of staying consistent for you personally? So I'll let you go first, Ash.
Food.
Food?
Food. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, you get sick of quote dieting. I absolutely hate that word, but I don't really know how else to say it. You know, when you are in a cut and the
hmm
goal is to lose weight, you have to watch what you're eating. And you also have to be aware of your protein. There's nothing more annoying than like even having like a solid food day, and then at the end of the day, you still have 50 grams of protein you need to eat. It's like absolutely annoying. It's crazy because I really deeply enjoy eating clean. I notice the difference in like how I feel and my energy when I'm eating like processed food versus clean food. But then there are definitely moments when you just want a stuffed crust pizza. And then
hmm
you eat the stuffed crust pizza and then you feel like shit. And not even like guilty, just you literally feel like shit.
Yeah,
And so, and so,
100%.
right. And so that pisses me off too. It's
Yeah.
like, the food situation and the accessibility to foods that don't sit so well or feel so good is really annoying. And then sometimes the cooking of the clean food, it's late night, maybe you ate an edible or something, and you just want to put something in your system, but then you got to go downstairs and cook the food and put it together. Like I literally just made some chicken sausages at like 11 p.m. yesterday because I was low on protein. I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
want to be doing this right now. I don't want to be cooking chicken sausage, you know?
No.
So definitely food for sure.
I could not agree with you more on that. Like a
Yeah,
hundred percent
yeah,
food. And then I
yeah.
think too, maybe the second piece, which I mean, not speaking for you, but I don't think you have a problem with this. For me, like in the throes of prep, if I'm getting ready for a show, the extremity of cardio at the end
Oh
is
my God.
really annoying. Like
Yeah.
like Stairmaster at 14 level for X amount of time, you're just like, can I do this for an hour? Like, can I do this for an hour? I don't know.
That's the monotony of the cardio. See, I wouldn't have a problem with it if it was just like in a spin class. Like doing my cardio in a room with a bunch of people screaming is fine.
Yeah, because the
Even
distraction.
right, the distraction, but like even now doing the stair stepper or the treadmill, I find it to be really boring and like I'm sick of watching TV
Mm.
shows.
You have to find ways
The
to
part of
really
it.
like mentally like not be there and disassociate, and it just gets challenging. But
Hmm.
I think for me too, like in and out of a prep, like food is difficult because of meal prepping. And if I'm on a structured plan, like where it's very strict, not just macro based, you get really kind of bored. And if you have a significant other or a family that you're also feeding, it's just like they're gonna get really bored. So then you got to duplicate
Yeah,
cooking.
Yeah, I was actually just talking about this with my girls because my partner has gotten into the habit of getting Spanish food on Saturdays. We both have. And he gets me this meal. It's not too bad because I always count it in my macros. No, friends, count it anyways, even if it's off plan, because at least you can
Yes.
see, what's going on. But it's baked chicken, plantains, and Spanish
Hmm.
rice. And it's really, really good. But I mean, at the same time, it's like, I don't need to be eating this all the time. And every Saturday, he's a Scorpio. He very into his routine. Every Saturday, he's like, "You want to go get Spanish food?" And my greedy ass is like, "Say less. Let's
Say,
go get let's go get Spanish." You know what I mean?
don't even drop the word unless you mean it, or I'm gonna be upset.
Literally, literally. So when you have family members and partners, I know you work with moms, I do too. One of the things that, and you're about to be a mom, that I get constantly with moms is eating off their kids' plate. That's
Yes.
a big thing. And they tend to, and not even like they're overeating, but oftentimes they're under eating and they're just trying to get some calories in. But it's
Mm-hmm.
like, it's kid food. It's like bird food. It might as well be,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. a hundred
Um,
percent. Or they're like
yeah,
sticking to their plan, and then they're like, "Oh, here's some peanut butter for
that.
the celery, and then a
Mhm.
bite. I'll just take this
Some peanut
spoon."
butter for
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So there's so many things
Yeah.
that come into play, and like you were even saying to your point earlier, like the um I don't know, when you're actually like cooking. Oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought. Where did it go? Pregnancy brain. Whatever. But
Cooking.
yeah,
Um,
oh, the meal planning side of it. So you've already
yeah.
cooked so much, but then you're cooking for a child as well on top of that. So it's like, okay,
Right.
do I just eat this dinosaur chicken nugget, or do I actually
And
go
just
and
call it
make
a
this?
day.
Yeah.
Because the moms are tired as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing they want to do is be over stove cooking for themselves. It's
Mm-hmm.
food is a lot. And I don't know if I said this on this podcast, but it's worth repeating. Essentially it's a sentiment that when you're working with food, and food addiction, the biggest thing that sucks is like when it comes to alcohol, you don't need to drink it anymore. It doesn't need to be in your life. When it
Mm-hmm.
comes to heroin, you can totally get it out of your life. But food is something that we need to survive. So we're always dealing with food, whether we've got a fucked up relationship with food or an addiction with food or a weird mixture of both. You
It's a
know,
necessity to live, so you have to navigate
exactly.
having it
You
in your
have to
life.
navigate it. Yeah.
Wow, that's wild. I've never thought about it
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Mm-hmm. And so it can be a little like, I guess, damning or dooming, especially if like you have a lot of weight to lose, or if you're somebody listening and you have a fucked up relationship with food and you're like, I don't even know where to start. I think my biggest piece of advice is baby steps and chip away at it every single day. It's not gonna go away. Like as somebody who's lost, I think I'm somewhere around 130 pounds now. I still struggle with food on a daily basis. It's just choosing myself and my goals as many days as I can. And some days are not perfect. And it's not supposed to be. It's life, right? And
Right.
it's also too about like enjoying. I know we've got so many questions, but just talking about this too. One of my girls in my community yesterday, so I was going through all my check-ins this past week, and you
Mm-hmm.
guys know we both coach. If you're interested, you can apply down below. But she was talking, she's getting tiny. She's to the point where we're almost getting her to where it's time to go into maintenance.
Right.
And yeah, and she's like, right now it's just hard with holiday times and trying to navigate, food in general with holiday times. And I was telling her, listen, it's not about like pulling things out. It is holiday time. It's about how can we incorporate these sort of things without going ape shit. So
Mm-hmm.
my partner and I did like fall activities the other day. You would have caught me, maybe not this time last year because I was prepping for my second show at this time last year, but the year before. We do these things up here in the Northeast. Apple cider donuts. Are you familiar with?
Ooh, that sounds amazing. I've
We're
had them, but I
really
don't know if they're done proper like what you guys probably
Yeah, yeah,
do.
yeah. We like go in for fall everywhere, like the whole area, just go in for it. And so we would go do fall activities, and I would normally come home with like a half a dozen apple cider donuts, some apple cider, some popcorn. Tis the fucking season, you know?
Yes.
And like what I did this weekend was instead of bringing home a half a dozen donuts, I had one at the event space and I left. And that
Mm.
is the big difference, right? You know, I'm still celebrating fall, but I'm not bringing all of that stuff home with me. And so these are just kind of little tips for anybody navigating. Thanksgiving is coming up. You want a slice of apple pie, have the slice of apple pie, but maybe don't have that extra helping of mac and cheese, right?
Yeah.
Or yeah, or even do a high protein mac and cheese. The Goodles, it's Goodles, is a fantastic option for high protein mac and cheese if you're a mac and cheese connoisseur.
This might be a good episode in itself
I know, right? Talking about
for
food,
another
it might
time,
be,
especially before the
yeah.
holidays.
Yeah. If you
Because I
guys
get
have more
that for
food,
with a lot of
yeah.
questions.
Yeah, if you guys have more food questions, hit us up on Instagram or email us at fitchicksunfiltered@gmail.com. We can make this into a fuller episode if you want
Hmm.
more of this, because clearly we're both full of information as bodybuilders. I mean, it kind of comes with the territory.
Yeah, for sure. And also, I have a lot
Yeah.
of clients that are like, "Oh, I'm going to a bridal shower or a baby shower, or I'm going to this," and
Yeah.
I know there's going to be food that's off my plan. Like, how do I approach it? Oh, yes, we should definitely go into this more.
Yeah, yeah. So we will. But case in point, to go back to the original question, food is probably the hardest thing to navigate. And I dare somebody to say otherwise. I don't really know what else is harder. We can go and lift the weights till we're blue in the face. It's
I
about what we
love
do after
lifting.
that. Me too. I
Yeah.
training, let's go. Let's put on a cute fit. Let's go train.
Hmm. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's feel strong and empowered.
exactly. Exactly. So,
Okay, so next one. Do you think motivation or discipline matters more?
ooh, that's a good one.
Hmm.
Well, shit, bro. I think motivation matters more when you're starting a weight loss or wellness or bodybuilding journey. I think discipline matters more when you get into the thick of it.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
once again, I agree with you because I feel like
Mhm.
in order to start, you have to have the motivation to want to start to generate like the efforts that need to be in place. But motivation is going to
Mhm.
fail, like, or fail on you. It's going to go, it's just going to go away like this at one
You're not
point.
going to be fucking motivated. You're going to be
No,
like, I want to lay on my couch and veg out. The last thing I want to do is put a barbell on my back, as we just talked about how we love training. But just because we love training doesn't mean every single day we're ready to put 400 pounds on our back, okay?
no, no. We got to hype
Yeah.
ourselves up as well. We got to create
Oh,
our own
yeah.
discipline and know that it's where it's at. But I think okay, like if someone's like, you have to choose, I think I would say discipline because that's what's going to take you long term. But they both, like to your point, serve a very important purpose, and you need both.
Exactly. You do need both. You do. I just got an idea for another episode. I'm gonna text it to you so that we don't forget. It's spicy.
Oh, okay. Yay.
Yeah, you guys are gonna love this episode too because they have been all over social media. If you guys follow fitness influencers and fitness people, you guys have seen these people. They're fucking gnarly and they're controversial, and it's right up our alley for Fit Chicks Unfiltered. So,
Ooh,
side note. So
yes.
when we get off air, Callie, I will elaborate on what that is. Um,
Sweet. Okay,
but
cool.
yeah, so yeah, as far as motivation and discipline, and that's what sparked that idea just now. When I am not motivated, I will look at content or people that I admire to help me get my ass out of fucking bed.
That's the next
Um,
question. It says,
oh,
"What's
what
your
is it?
what's your go-to mental trick when you don't feel like working out?"
I look at people who got that dog in them. Who,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, I've got, I don't know about you, but I've got that bookmark folder where I just go through and I'm like, okay, let me look at all these baddies in the space that I'm trying to be like.
Yeah, your bookmark folder. You're right. I have a bookmark folder too. That's so funny. The baddies in the space, the people that are fucking grinding, other bodybuilders, prep vlogs. I love watching shows. So you guys know what at the time we're filming this and the time that it comes out, we're like approaching the end of bodybuilding season. So there
Hmm.
have been a ton of shows. I have noticed specifically this year, watching the shows has been insane. I've paid to stream a couple of them, and I'm like mesmerized by the wellness girls. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, like looking at the differences and like what first call outs versus second call outs versus last call outs.
Yeah. I
I
think that's
love
great
it.
though. It's great for like your next season that you go into
Yeah,
because you're gonna get very used and in tune to like how the show's running
exactly.
and confident with that, which I think there's a lot of element of surprise with a lot of people that are stepping
Yeah.
into that because they're like, oh crap, this is how it's gonna go.
Honestly, the element of surprise for me, just speaking from a bodybuilder's perspective, was I just remember like first coming into the sport and not seeing what the judges were seeing. Like,
Mm.
why does this girl move to center? But I think that girl's quads look better? Why is
Mm-hmm.
she on the side? Like not seeing what the judges are seeing. And now my eyes gotten so much better and
Yes.
I see it now and that's really
Yes.
cool.
Especially
Yeah.
too with posing, because I do posing on the side for clients, but
Hmm.
watching
Yeah, guys,
people's
Kelly's going to be
routines, I'm
helping me with
obsessed.
my posing. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so you guys will probably see that whenever we do that. So if you need posing help, go to her.
Thank you. Okay, so next question. How do you handle body image struggles?
Ooh, girl.
Which this is so this is a
Um,
lot.
So, okay, layered question. I was just going through body image struggles because I just traveled for work last week and I just like I feel fluffy, right? So
Hmm.
I can say that I'm on Pillow Talk. You guys should know that. Um and just sometimes when that takes over, I just feel fluffy and I feel like out of my routine and I recently just left my coach. If you guys are curious as to why, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Staying for Old of My Fupas, where I talk about it. And so this last like week or so, I've been in kind of limbo, and I've been feeling fat. And I hate to say it like that, right? For so many reasons. I hate to say it like that, but this is the question. So this is how I'm answering, you know?
Hmm.
Um, Document everything. That's really my point that I'm getting to. I am my current self is thanking my past self for documenting as much as I did because when I'm having those body image issues, I go back to where I started. And first of all, I greet that girl with so much love. But it's also like, whoa, we've come so far. Like, even looking at how, like, people think I had my stomach done already. I'm like, no, girl, we still haven't even had the stomach done yet. Like,
You
this is
look like you have.
like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's absolutely crazy. And so I lean on the progress that I've made, looking at show day photos and just like I stepped on fucking stage.
Hmm.
Like
And you
that's a
owned
big
it.
deal. You're right. It's a big deal, you know.
That's a
We
huge deal.
both stepped on stage. And a lot of people don't have the cojones to step on stage in an eeny, teeny, weeny bikini.
Very tiny.
Very tiny.
Yeah, you get that thing in the mail and you're like, huh? This is covering my bits?
Oh my God, I'll never forget when I got that thing and that $700 garment in the fucking mail. I was like, oh my God, I'm petrified. That was the first time I felt scared in the whole journey. The
Yeah.
whole journey, the first time I felt actual, like, did we bite off more than we can chew again? Was when that bathing suit, not bathing suit, my show day suit came
Hmm.
in. And I'm like, I literally don't even own a bathing suit that is smaller than this.
Yeah,
Like,
no, those bottoms, you're like, are you sure?
nice.
This one's mine.
Do we have like, are we gonna have to blur anything out here? Like, it's with
Censor
all.
box. Oh my God, that's amazing.
So, and you know, and that's what it's about though. It's about remembering that, you know, we create confidence. When we have those body image days, we have to create the confidence that we desire. And
Hmm.
remember, like, you know, it took a confident person to do what we've done. And what is that for you, dear friend, listening? You know,
Yeah.
when did you feel the most confident? Maybe it has nothing related to fitness, and that's okay, but embody that person that felt the most confident in that moment.
Right. Like in those moments where you're like, oh my gosh, I put these jeans back on, even if it's for a lifestyle client. Like, remember that moment and how good it felt. And
Yeah.
also, too, I think back to discipline, if doing things through discipline, that's a journey to get to being disciplined. So then for you to sit in that space and be like, okay, I've created confidence now because I know when I say I'm going to do something, I actually do it. So I actually feel better.
Yes.
But I'm also really with you. I've been documenting my weekly check ins since like 2018. So if
Yeah.
I'm ever feeling some type of way, I go deep through there and I'll create like a
Deep.
before and
Yeah.
after. And I'm like,
Same.
this is a
Yeah.
different girl. This is a totally
What
different girl.
what app do you use? So I use Layout to do that. So guys, what
Same.
Kelly's same. Okay, so download Layout. It's free. And you can like put side by sides of your befores and afters. And I'm telling you guys, it is a game changer. I've done them for my back, face to face, my
Yeah.
boobs. I
Yeah.
lost all my titties. Not for long though.
Not
I'm
for
be
long,
walking
bro.
around with some fake
You're gonna be
cannonballs.
leaning forward unintentionally.
Literally. Hold on, let me get my tits up. Oh, they're already up. I know. I
Um,
can't wait.
I can't wait either. I'm so
Yeah.
excited for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the layout in for a while, which was a bit neurotic, I also had a notepad in my phone to where I logged my weight in accordance to a date. So if I were to go back and do a layout, I would be like, first let me look at the notepad and look at when I weighed this amount, go to that date, and then when I weighed after doing like a season, you know, compare it to that weight, and the same weight looked completely different, which shows
Yeah.
there was muscle gain. Um, so,
Recomp is real, people.
which
And
was huge for me.
especially, yeah, if you guys have been working out a lot and you haven't seen the scale move, I urge you to look at some recomp photos or see if you can find a photo in like Facebook or Instagram of like yourself at that weight from a previous time, because same exact thing,
Hmm.
it's insane how much adding muscle will transform your body in general. Insane.
Yeah, yeah, I completely agree. Okay, so next question. This is more gym related instead of mental. What's one exercise that you love or you hate the most?
Oh God.
Hmm.
I'll do one exercise for both. Bulgarian split squats. And
That's my
that's re
hate. That's my hate.
oh my God. I love them because they're so effective. Like
You
you want
love
to
them?
build an at I love and I hate them.
Okay.
So it's like I love them because of how effective they are. Because if you want to build an ass, do a Bulgarian split squat.
You are
Get
right.
yeah, like keep that in your program at least once a week, depending on where your starting point is, and watch that donk blow up. Hit your protein and whoa. But I swear you feel like you are seeing God in the process of doing that.
Yes.
Like,
I think I do too. I can't stand Bulgarians, but they do all the right things, which usually for me, I'm
yeah.
like, if I hate it, that means I need it.
Yep, same. I was doing them earlier today and literally like after the second set, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, why do these suck so much, And we're at the point where like our newbie gains are gone, so we have to go heavier. Like we don't have the luxury of being like, let me just grab this 10-pound weight. Then we're just wasting our time. We're dying
A
for no
hundred percent.
reason.
A
You
hundred
say might as
percent.
well, put some weight in your hands at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, oh, they suck so good.
They do. They really do. And I also hate lunges, but I know
I
I
don't
have to
mind
do them.
lunges as much. That's just crazy for me to say because
Dude, you're amazing.
well, I wish you guys could see what my lunch looked like 4 or 5 years ago. I'll never forget. I showed my sister, we were outside of my old apartment, and I showed her my lunch, and she goes, "That's it?" Like literally, like, I did the move, and
Yeah.
my back leg went down like an inch, and she stopped. She's like, "Wait, where's the lunch?" And I'm like, "That's all I got."
That's the la, but where's the unge?
Right. But doing them so much because the one thing I noticed that is very consistent among bodybuilders and bodybuilding coaches is they love to put a lunge in a program.
Oh
Because
yeah.
again, yeah, they're effective. So I've gotten very good at them.
Hmm.
So just get them fucking done, bro.
I mean, I always do them and I definitely know I've gotten better. I just always
Yeah.
when I see them, there's something in me internally where it's like next on my regimen. I'm like, "Mm,
My clients hate lunges too. I always say, okay, guys, we're going to the grassy knoll. They're like, fuck.
no."
'Cause they know what's coming. They know what's
Yeah.
coming,
But I
man.
feel like I really love like solid RDLs. I love like just a regular barbell squat. Quad extensions I love. There's a lot of
Yeah,
things I love, or
yeah,
like a hip thrust.
yeah. I love a
There's
good hip thrust.
yeah, there's a or even like abductors.
I
Like
love
really going
those.
hard on those, like and you feel
I
it
love
right in
those.
that side piece of your glute.
The glute
Mm.
med kickbacks for that
Mm-hmm.
top shelf. Ooh, my
Mm-hmm.
God. An underrated exercise to pivot a little bit that I think people don't talk enough about that's really effective. Barbell good mornings.
Gosh, I haven't had a good morning in
Right?
my plan in a minute, but I did them pretty religiously for a while and I really enjoyed them.
They're great. So, friends, if you're listening, barbell good mornings are great for low back and the whole posterior chain.
Yeah.
Hamstrings, glutes, they're hitting everything. And most people can get a good amount of weight on those things.
Mm-hmm.
They're fantastic and they're so underrated.
Yeah,
People
they really
forget about
are.
them.
That and
Yeah.
I feel like front squats are forgotten about lately
I
anymore
hate
as well.
those. I don't like front
Okay,
squats.
so we figured out your true hate, the front
No, yeah, I
squat.
don't like those. Like the Zercher squat you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
Like,
where you're here.
oh, I hate them. Like it's so awkward for your wrist, and then my elbows always end up teetering down, and I'm like, get your
Yeah, you have
elbows
to
off the
find that
ground.
balance here.
There, it's an awkward movement. People are they those are controversial. So my old coach would tell you that they're pointless. And then I've had other coaches swear by them for
Pointless.
quad growth. Pointless,
Yeah.
pointless. His words, pointless.
Wow.
That, yeah, very strong opinion on those. That
Hmm.
they don't do anything and there are more effective movements for the quads. Which I mean, I could get that because most people don't have that wrist flexibility anyways for those. So if you're newer to the sport of bodybuilding and weightlifting in general, there is no point to do those. So maybe that's where he was coming from,
Maybe
you know.
people also like injure themselves more just because of what you just said. They hit
Um,
even like a low bar like back squat. That's awkward on
yeah.
people's wrists a lot of the times because they're not properly setting it on the
It,
right muscle group.
agreed. And I love a low bar back squat. Like, don't give me
Me
high
too.
bar. Give
Me
me
too.
low bar.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, so next one, lifting
We just
heavy.
broed out hard just now. Hopefully you
I
guys are still
know.
with us.
Are
Oh
you still
yeah,
there?
yeah.
Are you listening?
Yeah, we broed out hella hard.
Uh-huh.
I love it.
Okay, so lifting heavy or higher reps. Mine's heavy all day.
Yes.
It's so
So, okay.
empowering.
So, again, as you guys know, recently left my coach. The way that they programmed is they tended to go, I would say heavy and higher reps, but they definitely leaned into more higher reps. I'm talking 3 sets of 20 on the leg press with a drop set, or 4 sets of 20 to 25 with a drop set.
Mm,
The way, yeah, yeah, high volume in general, like leg extension, 15 to 20 reps, sometimes 25.
wow.
Which, yeah, the volume was fucking crazy. So now that I'm programming for myself, I'm leaning more into less volume and more strength. And mainly because going back to the newbie gains thing, friends, when you're an experienced lifter, in order to gain muscle, you do need to go heavier. So if the difference in weight is like 10 to sometimes even 50 pounds because I went lighter. Okay, so for example, guys, leg press today, I did 4 sets plus a drop set. On my fourth set, I was able to get to 5 plates on each side because I did 12 reps.
Love
In a
that.
different scenario, right? In a different scenario, if I'm doing 20 reps out the gate, there's no way I'm hitting that fifth plate on set four.
No, no, no,
I
no.
hope you
There's no
guys
way.
kind of get that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I like less volume and more strength personally.
Same. And I understand there's a purpose for everything. I think when
There
I
is.
am doing more like high reps, I'm noticing more of like the pretty muscle coming out, which I like. But for
Yeah,
me, like when I went through the powerlifting era, when I went through bodybuilding, no matter what sticks with me mentally over everything is the sheer empowerment I felt with lifting heavy.
I
Like
like that too.
just feeling strong
Yeah.
and like being like there's no way I can do this and then you're doing it. That's tough to beat. And once again, that drove motive discipline for me because it's like, yes,
Yeah.
you keep showing up, you do get stronger. Like,
So what do you think? I want to pick your brain. What do you think about so like your first block of work, right? So your first split, let's say it's 3 months and you tend to lean more lighter volume, heavier sets. Could you do your next block of work, your next phase, your next 3 months, focusing more on volume then? How do you
yeah.
feel about that? Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
was.
I
So
think you
that's
could
a
do
way to
that.
approach it then.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Give it its season, in your split.
Hmm.
And you could even keep the same routine, but just change up like what you're saying, what the actual volume is, your reps and sets,
Yeah.
and go through like a season of actually progressive overload with strength and getting really freaking strong, and then go into hypertrophy with high reps and really repping it out too. Because to me, I always think like if you think of a stack shield, like obviously you have to create the bulk before you start shaping the statue and trimming some off, right?
Right, right,
So
right.
you say like you go through the session of actually being in a surplus with food, lifting really heavy, you're putting this great muscle mass on that's like lean muscle mass if you're doing it correctly, and then go into a hypertrophy stage season of it where you're like, okay, we have this beautiful mass of muscle. Let's really shape it down and
Mm-hmm.
whittle it down. I definitely think that that would be fine.
So another question, what do you think about full rep range versus half rep range? So like going into the whole volume situation, right? Like these mass monsters that are like, even if it's half, it counts. But what if like the whole set is half? Like I think of depth on the leg press.
Yeah.
Okay, you're doing 20 reps, but if you're doing 20 reps and you're not getting that much depth, yeah, like is it worth it? And this is really controversial in the fitness community, depending on if you're old school bodybuilder versus new school bodybuilder, I've noticed the opinions tend to change with people. I think of
Yeah,
like
for
a
sure.
Sam Sulek sort of situation.
For sure. Okay, so for me, I think if you're lifting heavy, it's really important that you are doing the right, you have the correct form and you're not just half-assing it to
Yeah.
say like, "Oh, I did this much." And like you said, the leg press, like you're only coming back this far.
Right,
Like
right,
I
right.
think you need to be the most purest version of yourself when you're doing that and hold yourself accountable for being slow and controlled. But then if you were someone who is in the hypertrophy, like if I know I'm going into it to where I'm about to get it, I'm focusing on heart rate, my rest between sets is going to be lower, and I'm just like trying to get to that failure point, and really just like run my heart rate through the roof. Sometimes I will be like, okay, stay. Obviously don't have bad form, have good form. But if you're doing like a half rep, but you failed because you've pushed it that hard, like I'm
Yeah.
cool with it in that instance. But I think it takes a
Yeah.
certain amount of
Yeah.
self-awareness and just like experience in the gym to understand the right way to do that.
I would agree. It takes self-awareness and experience in the gym to understand where and when, because a half rep does count to a point,
Mm-hmm.
not all the time though, so
A
yeah,
hundred
I think
percent.
that's important.
Yeah, I think it is super important. Like, I don't know, just there's just times where it's like, okay, I'm just doing it at this point. I'm going for speed, I'm going for tempo. Obviously I'm gonna do it with the best amount of form as possible, but if I'm gonna fail on maybe like the 10th rep, um or I no matter what I told myself I'm going to hit 20, like if I'm on the abductor machine and I'm not doing like these beautiful full swings, but I'm still almost pulsing to try to like hit
That's
20,
different. Yeah.
that's really going to give me that extra blood flow to the muscle and really like enhance that pump. But once again,
Yeah.
I think you do need to make sure you're super aware because you could get lost in that train of thought and then all of a sudden just be doing shit reps all the time and you don't want that.
Exactly. It's a fine line. It's a fine line. So hopefully we didn't confuse you guys, but I just wanted to pick
Sorry if
Callie's
I
brain
did.
about it. No, I totally understood you, but I know our listeners are like all different levels,
Yeah.
So
If you're someone who's like new in the space and you're someone who even like just tiptoeing into intermediate, I would definitely um I would consider being more of someone who's getting a full rep, trying to make sure you have maybe like two more reps in reserve except for your last set. Then perhaps like if you're like I can only do eight, say you're in a phase where you're trying to actually add a lot of muscle and going through more of like that surplus phase, um then yeah, I would really focus on like having solid reps, not as many half reps.
especially in the beginning, you want it
Mhm.
form, 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 form.
Otherwise, you can create some bad habits pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
And
So true.
everyone's gonna, if you're on the leg press and you've got like, a shit ton of plates on either side and your knees are barely bending, they're gonna be like, yeah,
That don't count.
no, that doesn't count. It also,
Yeah.
to be fair, depends on the exercise. When I think you can get away
It
with that.
does. It does too. So, and also record yourselves, guys. Nobody in the gym knows why you're recording yourself. One of the things that I noticed when I started recording myself in the gym, that was a byproduct. I was able to see my form. So I was
Mm.
recording myself for social media, and then I'm like, oh, I can see what my depth looks like when I have a barbell on my back. I could get lower in that. I see what my depth looks like on the leg press. You know, my knees aren't all the way up on the leg extension. So that's another reason for you to film yourself. And you can film yourself with your coach if you have a coach or
Yeah,
whenever. But a great way just to see your form is to film yourself.
100%. And when I even when I was powerlifting, my coach required that I sent my heaviest set to him so
Yeah.
he could physically see it.
Yeah.
Um, my stomach is growling. Sorry if you can hear that.
Oh, no, couldn't hear it. And you're
But
like hereby excused. You're pregnant. I keep saying, I'm like, Callie's with child. She can do no wrong. Like, just own it. You are with child. There's
I
nothing
am with
wrong you could ever
child.
do. Literally, bask in it, darling. You only have a couple more months of this, and you can't
I
use that as an
know.
excuse.
And then I'm gonna just be like
So,
tossed out with the trash.
I know everything's about the baby, the baby, the baby, the baby, as it should
Baby.
be. But yeah. So, okay, what's next?
How many days a week do you realistically train? Ashley.
I know, right?
I know my
So
answer right off the bat.
what's your answer?
Typically, I'm training 5 days a week, but right now I just moved it to three, just because
That
I'm
sounds about,
feeling way more exhaustion the next day following like a hard workout.
that makes so much sense. So I weight train 5 days a week, cardio 5 days a week, and then when you put in Pilates and yoga, which are like really non-negotiables for me at this point. I just love the way hot yoga makes me feel, and yoga and Pilates is really how I get my ab work in, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to get my ab work done and flexibility and deep stretching
Yeah.
and moving meditation. So I ideally like to do Pilates 1 to 2 times a week and yoga 1 to 2 times a week. So
27 days a week.
literally, I know. I want you guys to also know my body's very, what's the word? It's used to this.
It's
So
very acclimated to like go.
yeah, yeah. So if you're starting out, do not follow this split whatsoever. It's just
Yeah.
very acclimated to it. So, and remember, I'm a spin instructor and a fitness instructor, so it's just part of the job. It's like you think of those Pilates instructors that teach like fucking 30 classes a week. One of the girls I work with teaches like 5 classes a day. You know, fitness instructors are underrated in the amount of active they are in general. Like their natural
Yeah.
set point is outrageous. Like
Yeah.
my resting heart rate is like fucking 50.
Yeah, mine mine's
Literally,
super low too. I'm like, did I
so
die
low.
last night?
Literally so low, so low. So if you guys are newbies, don't go to the gym 6 to 7 days a week. And I try to keep Sundays off, but that might be a yoga day.
An active rest day for
Active
sure.
rest days are great. And like walks around the block, like can we really count that? You know? I
No,
mean,
I
it's
think
a
everyone should
walk.
have active rest days. I'm just
Yeah.
giving you a hard time because when I figured out once what your active rest day was, it was like going to all these different types of classes. And
Literally,
I'm like, are you sure it's
literally.
active rest?
That's my active rest day today. We've got yoga at 10, then we've got
Yeah.
another pie over here, then we've got a recovery class. I
Oh, P.S. I have to
mean,
teach spin.
literally, that's my active, but I'm gonna be off the bike half the time. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna spike my heart rate and then come off. Oh my God.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Yeah.
but yeah,
Like,
so that's the split.
that's a good one. Okay, so another good one. How do you feel about cheat meals? Yes or no?
That is hard. So I know like coaches will like program in a cheat, aka free meal.
Hmm.
Um, and then I know the whole if it fits your macros is a whole thing too.
Hmm. For me, I like I
Yeah, you
don't
go
like
first.
them being called that. I don't like that at
Yeah.
all because what does that do to your psyche and like what how you associate with it and like it's like this temptation of like, oh, I get the cheat meal. I call it an off meal, which is I
Off
mean,
meal, yeah.
whatever. It's the same thing, but I'm okay with it, but it has to be at the right time in my plan. You know, like there's been times where it's like once a week I can have a off meal, but then also it depends on what phase of everything I'm in. If I'm in a muscle building phase, that's a little bit different than me being in a cut. You're not going to get very far if you take an off meal every week in a cut. Um,
Right. Right.
I obviously get very excited to know they're in there when I have them, and my coach is like, okay, this is what we're doing. But I there's some weird fucked up psychology, I think, with all of it too.
There is. And I guess where I'm at, you know, I think if you are lifestyle, right? So meaning
Hmm.
you're not training for a bodybuilding show, you are just trying to get lean. I know that if it fits your macros is super controversial and people don't love it. I honestly don't hate it.
I
And
think
it
it's
goes,
smart.
I think it's very smart because if you're a lifestyle client and you are here for a good time, maybe not a long time, but a good time, you want to have a better relationship with food, you want
Hmm.
to lose some weight, you want to build some muscle, and you want to be able to have a slice of pizza. I think there's more power in tracking that slice of pizza than like saying, I can't have the slice of pizza only to binge out on a whole medium pie 4 days later because you restricted from the pizza 4 days before. Do you know?
100%. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what I was trying to get at, like the psychology behind
The
it.
psychology behind it.
And
Yeah.
that's why I like if it fits your macros, because I think to me that's super sustainable long term. That's something that a client
Right.
can take away long term, understand by looking at their plate, even on the day they want the pizza, or it is Thanksgiving, like looking at the plate and being like,
Right.
I can just tell by looking at this plate, like, I don't have enough protein. And that becomes
Exactly. Or the
intuitive.
fats. Exactly. Like, knowing if I have this slice of pizza, that's going to take up half my fats for the day. Am
Yeah.
I okay with it? That is giving you ownership of what you're putting in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like that is so important for long-term success
Yeah.
with food and weight loss and keeping it off. Um,
And with my clients, honestly, that come to me and they're like, no, I really want a structured plan. Okay, let's do it. But eventually we have to evolve to if it fits your macros, because I want you to be able to take something from this. And like as
right.
soon as you leave me, not be like, oh my God, I've eaten this for every single day,
And they had
like,
no clue what was in it.
and then
That's
their
it.
body freaks out because it's like, what is this other shit you're giving us now? We don't know
It's
what
so
this is.
true. It's so true. And also too, with that being said, I think when you are in bodybuilding and when you're in prep, then things are a little different. And we can't do the if it fits your macro sort of situation. We do have to be a lot more structured.
Hmm.
And, because we are training for something specific, and those of you that are listening that are kind of curious about the bodybuilding world, like you're training for something specific. You're training into a category, right? It's not shits and giggles.
Yeah.
And so, like, ideally, the goal here is to step on stage. And so, with that being said, your actions have to align by the goals. And that is probably the biggest thing I learned with going through my first prep in 2024. Like, is this like what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like I have paid all this money, I've invested all this time and energy, and I'm in the motherfucking kitchen looking for some goddamn Oreos. What's happening right
Mm.
now? You
Your
know?
kryptonite.
My kryptonite. God. So yeah, that kind of goes right back to the top of what we talked about. It's actually a great way to end it, ending how we start. And again, it all comes back to food.
Hmm.
It all comes back to
It all
food,
comes back to food. And the people who have been working out, I commend you, who have been doing this for a long time. But when they get down to the nitty-gritty of it and they're like, I'm still not where I want to be. Not that it's like an unhealthy way, but they haven't met the goal that they really want. I dare you to take a closer look at your nutrition. I dare you to have someone
Yeah,
come in and take a closer look at your nutrition,
yeah,
hold you accountable on your nutrition.
yeah.
That's where you're gonna see the magic.
100%. And once you realize that, friends, it's like I can see clearly now the rain is gone. When I had this like eureka moment, like, girl, fix your food. That's when everything just clicked. Like, you can't work your way out of whatever you're trying to get out of.
Mm-mm.
It's your food. It's
You
food.
can't
It's
outwork a
food. It's
bad
food.
diet.
No, man. No matter how much we try, it
Hmm.
can't happen. And that's why I think it can be really hard to be successful on a muscle building, bodybuilding, weight loss journey because it does really all come down to food. And a lot of people aren't willing to do what needs to be
Or
done.
self-sabotage when they realize what it takes.
Yeah. When they
And
realize what
that,
it takes. Yeah.
yeah, and I think that's a great way too. Nutrition is a great segue to from motivation to discipline, because
Yeah.
you really like, okay, you say you already feel better because you're healthier, because you're doing you're in the gym, you feel good, your endorphins are pumping. But then
Yeah.
once you ditch like all this processed, just not quality food, and then you start eating correctly, or maybe you have been eating healthy, but your macros aren't balanced. Once you have a properly balanced diet, then you really start to feel good. And that's when you were like, I'll drink the Kool-Aid. Like,
Hell yeah.
mm-hmm.
And there's no going back from drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm drinking all the Kool-Aid, man.
No, because you
It's
really do feel like
insane.
crap when you dip your toe back
You
into the,
do.
yeah.
You do. And like I said before, friends, it's not even like, oh, I feel guilty. It's you, your body feels like shit.
Mm-hmm.
And
Your
you don't want to
body's like,
feel that
hey,
way.
bitch, why did
Yeah.
you do this? We
It's
don't
not
feel
worth
good. Our
it.
stomach hurts. We feel
Literally.
sluggish.
Oh my God. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So most of the time it's not. But um, what a good, rich episode.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this. As always, make sure you share the episode, give us a like. Spotify, if you have the chance, give us a 5-star rating so that we can get our ratings up. And as always, if you're looking for any sort of coaching, you know where to find us both.
Yes.
And we appreciate you listening as our little pod is growing and growing and growing. I'm so excited to see where we're at this time next year because
Oh, yeah.
this has been super duper fun.
It
So,
has. I love it. I
yeah.
love chatting with you as always.
For real. So, yes, you can find us at Fit Chicks Unfiltered. Email us at fitchicksunfiltered@gmail.com. Both of our links will be down in the show notes. If you're watching on YouTube, they'll be down in the description box. And yeah, give us a quick thumbs up. It really helps our algorithm. We appreciate it. And we appreciate you.
Absolutely. All right, Ash, it was great chatting with you.
Always. Bye, guys.
Bye.